All right, dudes, we got some news. Looks like the other series, Solar and herO, actually hasn't finished yet. But, as you can tell by those beeps, we're actually getting into the game. Solar currently leads 1-0. This is not a fresh best of 3. We're catching the sort of middle of it. But Solar is currently on 1-0. And I believe this is the Revolution herO, or X-Revolution, X-Team Liquid herO, right?
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
herO! Root herO didn't turn up. Fact.
See, to be honest, I could have just flipped a coin, is what I was doing, really, to guess which one it was.
Yeah. I've learned their accounts now.
We jump back in the bracket, and we are now in the round of 8. However, this will lead into a semifinals match immediately following the winner versus Ryung. And then the winner of that plays Neeb. So you guys just think about like some bonus StarCraft. It's all it is. Get a little bit extra. In the top left, he's down one of the series. It's herO, the former Team Liquid and Team Revolution player.
In the bottom right, as the red Zerg, it is Solar or Splice.
I finally did it, by the way. Did you see it?
What?
The Splice, the ultimate Splice shitpost.
No, I didn't see it.
I mixed Mountain Dew with G Fuel.
Okay.
And one of the co-owners of Splice said he liked it.
Did you drink it?
Actually, I did after. I only a little bit. It tasted way too strong. But, yo, a small concentrated amount did have me bounce off the walls for a bit. Not in a good way, though.
Okay, well, go ahead.
I was gonna say, the way I did it was so perfect. I know you say you're not up to date with Game of Thrones, but you saw last season, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So you remember when Cersei blows up, like, the septum of the Seven or whatever, and it's like the big green explosion?
Yeah.
So basically, I did me pouring the Mountain Dew in and immediately cut to the explosion of green.
Aha! Good one. Yeah, I might have seen the preview, but I didn't actually click on it. Like, clicking videos don't work at all on mobile for me, which really sucks, including, like, Instagram videos. Even if the strength is really good. You know, like, using the Wi-Fi here. I don't know what it is.
Interesting.
Anyway. Yeah, it's annoying because I usually, like, scroll through Twitter and Reddit and Instagram when I'm in bed. That's, like, the normal hours for everyone else. But I was going to mention that I have the Hot 6 cans that have the StarCraft Remastered on it. And I kind of forgot about it, so I wasn't drinking them, but I want them to be empty when I take them home. I don't want them to explode or anything like that. So I've been like considering chugging them all before I leave.
Do it on stream, dude. Just like chug.
See, for me, it's not even like, you know, well, am I gonna crash after? It's more just like, oh, it's so many calories.
So that sadly brings me back to my time in Korea when it was like I got excited because I found that Tassadar orange juice or whatever, but it was for Heroes of the Storm, and I was like,
yeah, it was Heroes of the Storm.
Really sad, man. Really disappointed.
Yeah, no, these are awesome. I loved it. It was so weird though because they were actually very considerate of foreign fans at the event, the Brood War event in Busan a couple weeks ago. But this one place wasn't. So I go up and I'm like, can I have a Hot 6? That's usually all you have to do, is like go up and ask. And she was like, picture. I was like, what? She's like, picture. And she like points over like in like the random area. And I was like, okay. And we eventually figured out that she meant we had to take a picture of the banner that said StarCraft Remastered. But she didn't like wait for me to tweet it or check if I like, you know, put on it. Like she didn't do anything. She's like, take a picture. So what is the point of this?
Maybe they're just trying to help you create memories, dude.
But it was just like not even like me in front of the banner, which is the banner. I had to go back and ask for like all 3 too, because she only gave me 1, and I was like, bitch, please, like I'm collecting these, so give me 1 of every race.
Do you not see how white I am? Do you think I'm coming back for these anytime soon? Give me all of them.
So I should have done.
Just like go to Google Translate and be like, I'm white. All cans, please.
All of them, all 40. Yeah. But I'm glad. I actually looking up ways of like preserving them, and there's like a ton of people that collect like Coca-Cola cans and stuff. So I didn't do any of the fancy things. I just literally opened and like emptied them. That's my plan, anyways.
Yeah, I got I bought that Mega Man one from when we were in California. I just can't keep.
Yeah.
But okay, so things are finally developing into a game worth talking about.
Yeah, and it's more of a normal game than we've seen. So the +1 melee with the Bailey Nests, first, as opposed to after a Lurker Den, and herO going for ground-based fast third base. He's actually going for, I was going to say, like, absolutely no tech so far, which is very odd. No Twilight Council, no Robo, no Stargate, but then laps down 2 Stargates.
Right, so it looks like herO's bought into the trending way to play Protoss. Solar, on the other hand, while we're witnessing herO do a lot of weirder things, and of those weirder things, invest more heavily into ranged weapon upgrades, Solar's sticking with the tried, test, and true method. Like, he's probably still going to get Hydras, it's still going to be Lings and Banelings and Hydras, right? But he's gone for the melee upgrades.
Yeah. Well, herO does add 2 Stargates. He also, like, immediately adds on that Twilight Council, so we'll see how long he sticks around on the Stargates, or transfers over into something more of a ground-based, normal-looking. Solar. He will have to scout this. He does not have Overlord speed, so it might be a little bit difficult. Might already be a couple of Oracles.
Did they literally just change this or something? Aren't these Banelings purple on their butts and everyone gets mad about it because you can't see them on creep? I feel like herO's are purple. Am I crazy?
Not crazy. They were all purple. But I don't remember if herO's were or not. He didn't make enough of them. I wasn't looking.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
No, I think I remember seeing them earlier and being like, oh, they're really bright green instead of being usually like bright purple. I don't know.
Well, herO didn't actually make that many, so I don't know. Yeah. He
Exactly.
may not, yeah, okay, well, whatever. Point is, it's good that they are. I don't think I personally had a big problem with spotting them, but I totally understood. I think it was like TLO making the point, like when you're darting around the map really quick like this, it's kind of hard to see them at a glance. So, it's understandable.
Well, this is
Big
a lot
wing
of
attack,
links.
though.
Yeah. Luckily, SimCity is still going to be difficult for any amount of lings to get through. So they're just going to back off for now. herO did go for multiple Oracles, but then very quickly into the Charge and the Forge upgrade even, so maybe Temple Archives coming down soon too. A couple Banelings join the fray though, instantly take out those Zealots, and go for the Pylons now maybe? Yeah, it's still a little bit complicated. SimCity is just headache for lings.
So, though, they managed to brute force through, but it's not enough to do lasting damage. It does draw Oracles this way, and more to the point, burns a lot of energy. I mean, it costs 25 just to activate Pulsar Beam, I think, right? So, even just turning the attack on takes away a lot of the potential attack later.
Yeah, and Solar really starting to power up 4 bases, almost 70 drones. He is going to go for not +2 melee, so into the Lurkers. Must just be the way that, as I said before, I guess Pendulum's moving back to what it was 7, 8 year ago, whatever it was, that Lurkers dominated this matchup.
I really like the idea of them, though. We're just seeing how inefficient Banelings can be sometimes, and it just makes sense. But, I don't know. The thing is, the cost of that second or third Lurker attack, it is like 4 times the cost of a Baneling. So, there are certainly some ups and downs to how much you can reuse them for their cost. I do think it's cool, though, because it does still force out... Like, herO's gonna be going for the same units, generally speaking, anyways. Double Robo for double Immortal. Like, you're still gonna follow this up, Lurkers or not. But I think it gives Solar a better way to force engagements.
And it does go back to just like, sure, it's double Robo now, but that wasn't their priority because usually Lurkers aren't the priority. So he's really not going to have that big of an Immortal count at all.
So, chat's saying, by the way, I'm not taking super crazy pills. It looks like it was patched yesterday, and if it happened on herO's Banelings, then I just simply didn't notice. But, yeah, so it's officially changed now, so they're more green and noticeable.
Okay. So, I think this is pretty much a prime example. So the mass, or the multiple Oracle thing is always a little bit of an outlier, but in general, this game went very quickly into normal Charge, Archon, Storm. I'm worried about Hydra Baneling type response from the Protoss. And this is where I think the Lurkers are really going to become powerful as, you swing back over. Because, I mean, Lurkers kind of got out of play because Protoss were also figuring that style out. They were getting concaves with Mass Immortal and Charge lots, and Zerg had to think of something else to do. So it only makes sense that it'd go back the other way.
I really actually liked the dynamic of the game that was Disruptor Lurker, and I'm really sad that didn't evolve to be the standard, because I thought that was actually like the most fun stuff to watch when it came to at least this matchup.
Yeah. I mean, I love Banelings because they just weren't used in the matchup for such a long time. Little period of Wings of Liberty, and then they had to wait until Legacy of the Void, basically. So I was excited to see them back in it, but I really wouldn't mind after so many games of watching a Zerg stay on Baneling tech and just, like, bust their head against a wall, I wouldn't mind if I swap back to lurkers, especially if it's more of the positional play that we saw from the smart users of lurkers, not just literally running up and getting them all killed type of lurker play that sometimes we did see back when they were the most popular thing to do. They can certainly be fun units to watch, but speaking of watching, I suppose, here obviously scouts how many lurkers there are. He doesn't really have the dominant response, I'll call it, of Mass Immortal to deal with this. He has Storms, a lot of them with 9 High Templar, but he only has 2 Immortals.
Well, the stasis traps are actually pretty fantastic, catching a lot of the Zerglings, but unfortunately have all been pretty much baited out. Now this makes it a little bit awkward because Solar doesn't really have a way to engage this. The lurkers are revealed, sure, but the stasis traps are also coming out soon, so this is kind of bad. He's just forced to focus on a counterattack while this goes on. Spinecrawler buying a little bit of time, but this base, well, still not down yet. Soon to be. This is an investment in 4 cannons that's just not going to be paying off here.
No, not at all. herO is absolutely struggling supply block right now. He should be building double Immortals as fast as possible, but that supply block hurt him. He still has Storms that the Lurker's going to be a little bit cautious about just because he has so many, but they can weather quite a few. I don't know the exact count, but I know it's a lot. 4. Someone do the math. Banelig's being added in here too. This army is awfully clumped, and going for the High Templars, all those charge lots, looks pretty tempting.
Rest in peace, Oracles. Here comes the forced fight, but it's all in one line, meaning these lurkers are splashing just about every single unit here with each attack. This is kind of rough to deal with, because even though he doesn't get to focus on the lurkers, the Hydras and Lings throw themselves bodies at the Immortals, and as long as these Immortals get taken out, the lurkers have power over everything else, and this is not looking good for herO.
Solar even siege-hopping his lurkers forward, being a little bit safe with them. He does not have any more reinforcements to cover, but that's just too much. GG.
Alright, Solar takes the series, then 2-0. And he'll now move on to fight against herO in the semifinals, who, as we said, has been waiting for him for a little bit of time. Hopefully not too long, get too impatient, but the path is pretty much laid out at this point. It's herO versus Solar, then Neeb versus the winner, so a best of 3 and a best of 5 still coming at you in the stream. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. I know we talked a lot about money stuff, but if you want to do 2 things that are for free, one is consider Twitch Prime subscribing to the channel, the other is hitting that follow button. Both won't cost you a thing. Perfect World, by the way, thank you for the 14-month resub. And then we missed a $7 donation earlier, my apologies, from Moon Genie, who said, thanks for producing quality content at what must be a wacky time for you guys, but it's perfect for me here in Australia. Hey, Moon Genie, if you don't know about it, dude, we're also putting out a brand new tournament that is focused for Australians in Australian time zones. Colonial Wars is going to be coming up on the 12th. Maynard and Zeph will be casting that. This is for everybody, not just for Moon Genie. The details are available publicly, and I think it should be a pretty fun tournament that hopefully you guys will enjoy. But we're going to go to a quick commercial break. See you guys soon for Game 1 of the semifinals.